I'm here at Identity Week Europe with Jacques Van Zijp and Julien Jouret of IDEMIA. How are we doing today?
We're doing very fine.
Are you looking forward to the show?
I'm very excited to be here for the next 2 days. Absolutely.
Very happy to hear it. So tell us about the pilot you're working on with KLM.
Yes, we are running a pilot with not only with KLM, with quite a number of parties. It's KLM, it's Schiphol Airport, it's the Ministry of Justice, it's the Ministry of Defense, so the Border Police. So it's a big consortium. So we are very proud to be part of that as a technology provider. The project is called the DTC 1, to be precise. DTC stands for the Digital Travel Credential, and in its most simple an explanation, it's the passport on your mobile phone. There will be a DTC later on. I want to talk about it. What we do in the DTC 1 pilot is that we're going to run a pilot between two airports, between Montreal Airport and between Schiphol Airport here in Amsterdam, in order to basically validate the DTC that has been developed over the past few years as a standard for the digital passport on the mobile phone.
And how's the privacy of passenger data maintained and managed?
Yeah, the privacy is obviously the very most important topic in this project. That's what we are spending most time on. The most important is that the privacy, let's say the DTC is a kind of a copy of your passport, digital passport. It's stored on a mobile phone, so it's in your possession as a traveler. Is only shared for the duration of the flight with an airport or with the airline and the border police. So it's very important. The data protection in this is really key to keep it on your mobile phone that you have in your possession, protected with, of course, biometrics, PIN code and all that, and only to be shared for the duration of the flight.
Fantastic. And Julien, so we'll come to you next. What's your prediction on the future of identity and what it looks like?
So thanks first for having us. It's very excited to be here and to participate to the show for the next 2 days. If you want to look at the future, you first have to look at the fundamentals. And the fundamental is that the documents are at the center, remain at the center of the ID ecosystem. But we can also see that there is a great complement between digital ID and documents. So that's what we're showing at the booth, the complementarity of both the physical ID and the digital ID. We also have projects that we talk about that show this complementarity. One in Morocco, where we issue more than 10 million cards. And with these cards that have a chip in it, you can get access to a platform and to get services through this platform. That's with your card, getting access through an app. Another project that shows this complementarity between the two is Colombia. In Colombia, we issue a card, and at the time of the card is issued, the citizen can choose to have a digital instance of their ID, and that with that digital ID, they can get access also to services online. And the final one I want to mention that shows this complementarity, that's the future, is in the United States. You know, IDEMIA is number one in providing a driver's license in the United States, with some relationship with DMVs lasting more than 6 decades, 6 years, and we're providing. At the same time we provide a driver's license, a physical driver's license, we're providing a mobile driver's license in Arizona, Delaware, and many other states.
Fantastic. And you've done some recent use cases within the travel and the payment sector. Can you tell us? How
well, what's important really now with the digital is usage. How this identity is going to be consumed, what are the real applications that are going to go with it. Jacques talked about one already, he talked about DTC, that's one case. I've talked about Morocco. Morocco, what the usage that is provided with the ID card is, for example, notary. Notary can have verification of the identity of somebody when a transaction needs to be done for a land transaction, for example. So they're using this platform with the ID card in order to get to get the transfer done. Another one in the United States remains for ID check with your mobile driver license. A law enforcement can check your ID, can check that you're allowed to be driving, or in a liquor store also, you can show with your driver's license, your mobile driver's license, that you're over 21. And what's great here is that the citizen is in control because they can show that they are 21. They don't have to show their exact birth date. They don't have to show their address. If you show your card, then you have the person that takes it can read everything. And with a mobile driver license, you can choose what you wanna be showing. So if you just want to show that you're more than 21. And the final one I want to mention in terms of use cases, so DTC, the one in Morocco and the one in the US, is what we're doing with the TSA. So the Transportation Security Administration in the United States. We are participating in a project with Apple and the TSA in order to have our mobile ID driver's license in their wallet, so that we can board a plane just with the wallet without using your physical ID. So those are the type of use cases that are real case implementation of a digital ID.
Fantastic. And what's the adoption rate looking like at the moment in the countries you mentioned?
Pretty good. What matters is usage, as I said, and we see that the adoption rate is getting greater and greater in the countries I've mentioned because there are real case projects, that the one I mentioned. But we can see it's happening also in Europe. In Europe, there is a big push on the EU wallet. There are different projects financed by the European Union. There is an implementation of reference. There are also projects where the European Commission launched scale pilots on different subjects. IDEMIA is part of one. It's part of the potential consortium that many applications, or one being driver's license, e-government services. So we believe that there's going to be more and more of this application and usage, but we see it's really starting.
And a big topic in the industry is all about mitigating bias. So how does your technology go about doing that?
So first, IDEMIA is part of the biggest biometric project with Aadhaar in India. We've registered 1.3 billion people, and our biometric engine works with this population. We are also submitting our algorithm all the time to NIST, and we are amongst the best companies with this algorithm for face, fingerprint, and iris. And recently, we were number one in fairness with the latest NIST test. That means that if you take the best algorithm for force match rates, we were the one that was the fairest, meaning that the bias, the skin tone, for example, didn't impact the accuracy of the algorithm. And that wasn't an accident if that happens like that. It was really a company decision, because when you design this algorithm, you basically choose its trade-off in every single part of the algorithm. And that was the choice of the company, to make sure that there was no bias in what we were doing. So not only were we the best in terms of accuracy, but also in fairness. So.
Fantastic. Well, some fascinating insights there. Jacques, Julien, pleased to meet you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.